Where the sun don't shine?
Yeah, it's like I think I crushed one.
Sweet. What do you think of your new shoes? It's just a really hard lump. What even is that thing? Is this your new throne? Or you want me to follow you back? What? Oh gosh. Oh, it looks good. Does she like it, do you think?
Come here, Lucy.
She's giving you the stink eye. What did you do?
So I mentioned about rusty knife.
Yeah.
The second option is trying to cock your crossbow and your foot slips and it comes up and hits you.
Where the sun don't shine?
Yeah, it's like I think I crushed one.
So we don't have to worry about another baby.
Well, at least half of me is wrecked.
Good to hear that, eh, Jack?
I really want to hear that.
Good afternoon, you guys. It's been a day off the farm for Mark and I. There's a lot of crop we haven't been able to get off yet. There's a lot of stress when it's things that aren't in our control. It's just a gloomy, gross morning, and I looked at Mark and I'm like, well, you talked about going to Bass Pro last weekend and we worked. Do you want to take today and drive for a couple hours and just get away from here? And he's like, yes. What are you doing? A little quieter in here today. Hey, Harry? Are you hanging out with Billy? Oh, yeah? Hey, Billy. Hi. Hello. Lovers? One thing about harvest and not being in here all the time is I can't believe how much the lambs have grown. So these bottle babies, they've been weaned for quite a while, 2 weeks at least, and they're doing well. They're on their hay, creep, water, and even these ewe lambs, like these first time ewe mums, their lambs are huge. I'm proud of these ewes. They've done well. I haven't had any with mastitis issues. They've been good moms. Like, I haven't seen any lambs go backwards. I treated one for pneumonia Thanksgiving weekend. My niece was here. She came out with me. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's kind of on its own. Here she is over here. This little, she's kind of turned around looking at us, that one. So I gave it an antibiotic and it's been good ever since. Hey. But yeah, that was it in this group. Now the other group I've struggled a little bit, and I think it's been respiratory. So we have treated a little more than I like to see. I like to treat no lambs, if at all possible. I find if you have to treat a lamb for something, it's usually not good. You guys are huge. right, William. Just do your business. Why? Please. What are you doing, William? It's fine. You don't want an audience. All right. Oh, sheesh. In quite a mood. Oh, sounds like Lucy wants in. Hello, Big Mama. Enter. That's just Lucy. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Good girl. Good girl. Get you your spa day. Are we all done? Big Mama, hi. What do you think of your new shoes? Morning, you guys. We are doing really well with this hoof trimming thing. We are well over half done this mature ewe group, so one more morning and we'll have it beat, which is nice. I'm just grabbing some straw bales for my lamb barn across the road from Carissa. What Carissa does is she does a lot of the chores, you guys, most days, which has been really nice, especially during harvest. It takes a lot of that pressure off. So what she does is writes a list for me and just throws me a text the night before and tells me what stuff needs done. So today across the road, she said the hay's okay, but we are out of corn in the big barn and we're out of straw over here in the other barn. So just little odds and sods that I have to do for her. She kind of gives me a heads up the night before, which is nice, especially if Mark decides after his second coffee that today will be a grain day and not a sheep day. We're not the greatest, but we somehow the work gets done and we make it work. You got a bag out? Yep.
Yeah.
So wet, isn't it?
Yeah, I got
There.
There. All right. I tell you, every time I sit down in this office, I'm just so happy. Nothing better than a mid-morning, it's not even mid-morning, it's almost noon, coffee. Okay, so On the weekend, Friday, again, losing all track of days and time, I opened up our first bag of first cut that we did. We just finished our second cut the other day. The second cut was really wet haylage. When I say second cut, I mean haylage, so our chopped up hay that we did in the summer. So you just saw us cleaning up those bags. It's a mess. It's so gross and wet, and it smells like, it's like that composty smell. That's what this plastic smells like. What that is just the remainder of that second cut haylage bag. We cleaned that all up, and she's been feeding this new first cut haylage for about probably 2 full days now. And I told my feed guy last Thursday that we were going to be switching bags. So what he did, him and the nutritionist went through those preliminary samples. So those are the samples I take right at harvest. So it's still green, very green, hasn't fermented. I put it in the freezer. He took it, did a quick feed analysis. So they're going to do that until we nicely get into this bag quite a bit. And so maybe next Monday he might come take a real sample of it now that it's all fermented, and they're going to do a new feed sheet for me. But until then, they did a temporary one for me, so I thought I'd better just take a couple seconds and do that for Carissa. I do it all on Excel, so I'll do it quick here and show you what we came up with.
Hey, Carissa, I got that sheet coming.
I actually remembered to do what I said I was going to do. Shocking, I know.
Thank you.
So basically what you just saw me do there was I just use Excel, and I have the different rations. So this is basically what the nutritionist gives me based on my feed analysis. And then I just plug it in, say how many ewes are in there, and it just spits it out. And then I draw a map for Carissa. Hi. Hi. What's going on? Where are you going? No, I'm charging. I thought you were going to go to the washroom. That's where I was going.
So you're gonna video me? Are you videoing me?
It wasn't good to video going to the washroom. I just happened to be videoing when I came in the door.
That's good. I'm purging. I'm cleaning. Well, organizing.
Thank you.
Organizing. Getting rid of some stuff. I found like a little check.
Like cashed?
Yeah. No.
From who?
UPS. So I guess I just cashed it.
Sweet. Money. It's like finding a $20 bill in your coat
It's
pocket.
$33.
Really? Well, at the sake of being demonetized for this video, I do want to check that ewe that I found yesterday with what looks to be a CL abscess. Partly because I'm curious, the difference between that one and that one that had already popped on me last week. So I got my cane, my halter. I got a needle that Belinda left me. So she's right there. You can see the little goiter. Hey lady, will you run away if I try to catch you? Probably. Okay, I have her tied up here. And this is for educational use. So if you don't want to see this part, because it may be pus, I'm not really sure. So I'm taking a little needle. I'm just gonna poke. See if anything comes out. I don't think so. It's just a really hard lump. Almost feels like what you would find in an udder. She's not even really fighting me, but it is hard, like a hard lump. Good girl, you're actually really quite nice. I'm sorry I can't get rid of that goiter. So I don't know if it's just an injury. There's no wound mark. There's no nothing. All right, we'll let you go. Here you go, honey. So yeah, not sure what that was, but you guys, the sun is shining. I can't get over this. I just want to get outside. I decided to take a stroll. It is so nice out right now. Like, what even is that thing? So I thought I would hang out with these lovely ladies. Me and these have one thing in common. We're solar powered. They're so pretty. You got to check this out. So this is our cover crop. Typically we don't get the sunflowers. We usually have a hard frost by now, and they never really usually make it to flower. And these guys have been out for a couple of weeks, but it's been so nasty they haven't even wanted to like shine. So today's so pretty. Of course, they're all facing the sun. but how pretty. Nice to see the bugs. All right, kids, these are the ones that Carissa weighed up yesterday. So I think we have 19 this week. We had 23 last week, and she says there's quite a few left in the barn here for next week. So it works out quite good. This barn will be pretty much wrapped up in, I would give it maybe 3 weeks. I think the goal is to wean over across the road at about the week of November 15th. So I want this barn pretty much cleaned out the week before that. Most of them are almost to market weight, which is great. And whatever's left at that 5-month mark, these guys were born in June, July, August, September, October, November. They go at whatever weight they're at. That's kind of my cutoff. All right, I'm gonna set up and get the show on the road. That was silly leaving the window open, because now all the flies came in too. The critters are loaded and we're off to the sales barn. Lamb prices have been not great. It's that time of year. It's just not a strong market. Oh, the flies are terrible in here. Is this your new throne?
No hole in the bottom of it.
Is that what you call it? Your big game? It's kind of like reading IKEA. You're not on FaceTime. You're in like real life.
I'm alive.
Loving it? Jeez. Have it.
My brain is fried.
Morning. We are out of corn in the ewe barn, so we're gonna grab a wagon here. We got some dried corn. We're just gonna top up all the bins. Well, it has been 4 days since we last attempted to take some corn off. We're on another field. We're actually on the field right next door to the home farm. We took off some of this for corn silage early September when the weather was not like this. So this is the only field close enough and dry enough that we're hoping we can get the wagons out of the field okay and not get too much mud on the road. We have very little distance between this laneway and our laneway. So if need be, if we get too much mud on the road, we're gonna have to clean it off with the bucket, but we're hoping we shouldn't make too much of a mess. But we're looking at the forecast. We'd love to not muck up our fields today. We have nothing in the next 14 days. We have like 2 dry days, rain, 2 dry days, rain. So I'm thinking, I said to Mark, we're either gonna muck it up today, next week, next month. I think at the end of the day, we're just, it's gonna be one of those falls. So I think what's gonna happen, we don't have Monty this afternoon for a few hours. He's helping my in-laws with the chicken barns today. So I'm gonna run buggy with Mark. We're gonna run 2 tractors, 2 sets of wagons. We're gonna fill those wagons, and then Mark will take a tractor, I'll take a tractor, unload the wagons, come back and do it all again. So not efficient, but we're just gonna have to wait it out until Monty gets here, and then we might be in for a long night. We're gonna maybe just go, we're probably gonna run the dryer at the same time. It could actually help us get this field off, but we'll see. I think there's 60 acres here to take off, so it'd be a big day because it's already 1 o'clock. Or you want me to follow you back?
No, this headland's a little tacky with that foundation area, so just stay there. I'll probably just unload stationary.
Time for it. As you can see, he's full. So what he's doing here, because we haven't got to the end yet, so I can be on his auger side, he's just making an area big enough that I can pull up beside him. He'll empty into me and then he'll continue on his path. So we kind of have to do this when yields are good, which is, I guess, not a bad problem. All right, I gotta go. Auger out, go. Oh yeah? Who makes that?
Oh,
Brent?
could be a brand. But they were only filling it about a third full.
Yeah, because they'd sink.
Well, and they were at quad tracks, and they just grease out.
Right.
Like it's firm underneath, but the 3 inches they just grease out.
Yep. It's just everyone's struggling this year.
Yeah.